Good morning, my Goober gang. This is Dan and you're watching Green Machine Outdoors. We're out on the James River this morning. It's Monday, it's 70 degrees, everybody's at work and I've got this river all to myself. That's the benefit of having the entire summer off. We're gonna mess around, see if we can get on some fish today. I'll tell you all about it right after this. So we've got about an hour left of outgoing tide. We're gonna use that to do a little bit of drifting. And then once we get through this channel over here behind me, we're gonna mess around on a mud flat, maybe go into a pit, drag around. We're actually looking for some smaller fish today. I'm in a slot tournament and I'm a couple places back. So I've got to try and increase my limit, catching fish in the 30 to 32 inch range. Let's see if we can find them. This time of year, I don't like to keep a whole lot in the cooler. I'd rather stop every now and then and catch some super fresh so they're still nice and bloody when I throw them out. So I've got just one of the gizzard shad here all chopped up. I'll throw the head piece out, a couple body chunks. We're gonna start with smaller baits, see what these fish are keyed in on. I've got some big, some small, some head pieces. We'll throw it all. So I'm pretty much gonna be drifting backwards through this channel ledge. I'll be suspending two baits on Carolina rigs, and since I'm moving backwards, I'll put the suspended baits behind me here. And then these two rods up here, I'm gonna cast them way out in front of me with dragging weights and just let those pull as I go through the channel. I'm gonna use my trolling motor up front to control my speed and keep it right where I need it. There's quite a bit of current through here and it changes as you go. So I wanna make sure I keep that speed, under a mile an hour. All right, so I think we've actually got a double up in progress here. Maybe not on this one. Oh yeah, there he is. He's just swimming around down there. Another dink. These are not the fish I'm looking for. All right, there's one. We've got another one on over here. Oh no, that was the headpiece, so he never hooked up. This one had a little bit better takedown. There he is. Feels like a better fish. Still gonna be on the smaller side, I believe. Yep. Getting better though. All right, almost to the point where we can measure him. He was nice enough to leave our bait on there. We'll get that hooked back up the right way and get it back down. All right, this rod right here got hit and I think he's starting to swim down the channel. Yep, there's a fish on there. All right, plenty of action. We've only had rods in the water about 10 minutes. This is fish number 4, is it? 3, 4, something like that? I don't even know. We do need to improve our size at some point here. That's another little guy, cookie cutters. Oh, he was actually just snagged, look at that. Right on the top of the head. That's gotta hurt. All right, let's let him go. Let's just see what he goes. Yep, we're gonna let him get out of here. I'm gonna have to chop up some more bait. All right, now that's a good looking takedown. Let's get him. Come on, baby. Be a good fish. Got some slightly stronger head shakes. I'll take that. little bit of weight on this fish. This is on a dragging piece of gut pocket, I believe, or maybe a head piece. No, I don't think I put any head pieces on the dragging rods. This has got to be a body section of gizzard shad. He's bending it over pretty nice. Got some bubbles. All right, that's a nice looking fish. Look at that. It's probably going to be a smidge longer than what we were looking for, and not big enough to count for my big fish tournament, but a fun catch. Oh, there he goes. That was a 32-inch fish, and you would think that'd be perfect for my slot tournament, but he was ever so slightly ahead of that 32-inch mark, which means he doesn't count for 32 1/4, but he doesn't count for the tournament either. So that is the perfect wrong fish. That's the smallest fish that is too big for the tournament. What a bummer. All right, this sucker just bent right over. Is that a little drag we're trying? That's a heavy fish. Come on. Here we go. This could be a good one. It's pretty much anchored my boat here. Coming out of a deep hole. This might be a goober. Yeah, this is a big fish, I think. He's heavy. I think he's right below me now. We'll see once we start trying to pull him up just how big he is. I think he's in my other line too. Yeah, it's gonna be a big fish. Nice. Oh boy. Now we're pulling drag. There we go. There we go. Hey, I wasn't looking for a goober, but I'll never complain about one. Nice. I'll try and get you on the fight here. Oh boy. It's definitely got my other rig tangled up here. Let's see. I just need to make sure we don't get caught in the trolling motor. Oh boy. That's some weight on that fish, I'll tell you that much. You can tell the way he took it over is one of the shink kind of bites. And then everything just stopped moving. Alright, I gotta turn this motor off. Yeah, it's a nice fish, a real nice fish. But I'll tell you what, these lines are a tangled mess. Really nice fish. All right, look at that fish. We have got 42 inches long, 30 inches around that big fat belly. This fish is torn up from the spawn. I'm not gonna keep him too long. We're gonna get him out of here as soon as he's ready. Ow! Ah, he just tore my finger up. Yep, that's gonna be a mess. He tore this side all the way down to the meat. Just twisted and went right around my finger. Whew. All right, so believe it or not, we had two big gizzard shad and they ate us pretty much out of it already. I've got 2 pieces left. I'm working up onto a flat where I'll drop my gizzard shad net, try and collect a couple more while I cruise around and drag some baits. So let's get over there, get some bait, and get back to fishing. It's been a good morning so far. It was one big hit and then it was on. Let's see what we got here. I'm just coming up on a big hole. I wouldn't be surprised this is a big fish. Trying to get out of the main channel, back up into a gooseneck here, which is where I'm headed towards. And that drag's pretty tight, and he was peeling some of it. Now he's gonna be a little heavy for me. Nice. That last one tore my hand up like crazy. I didn't fill you in, but I did catch a little bit of bait, and I'm starting to use the incoming tide to drift back towards the boat ramp. And this is the first fish since. Man, he was not huge, but he's spunky. This could be a really good fish for my tournaments. Looks to be a lot closer to that range. He's probably gonna be just a smidge over if I had to guess. Watch him be another 32¼ inch fish. That would be bad news. All right, here comes this fish. He's a nice chunker. Ooh, he's gonna help me out a lot. Let's get a good picture of him. All right, so this fish right here, 31½ inches. Now he was one that took a minute to measure. Every time I got his tail stretched out to 31½, he wanted to flop it back. These fish in this size range, they're kind of hard to manage sometimes. But he deserves to be let free. He feels like a good, big, chunky fish. He'll be a goober someday. Let's get him out of here. There he goes. Nice. Now 31½ inches is just about as good as it gets. There's one slightly bigger fish you can get at 31.75, but if it touches 32, it's not allowed for our tournaments. Wow, look at that rod. That thing is bent over like crazy. That's a suspended rod. That fish has got to be on there. Whew. Let's get it up here in this boat. I wouldn't be surprised if that was a little fish, but oh, never mind. We got some weight on this thing now. That could be a hog. Yep, pulling a little bit of drag here. Nice. What a trip. Something about weekday fishing. I was out all weekend. Not a whole ton of luck. Get out here on the weekdays, have a great trip. That was like one of our more recent videos that I'll put a link up here for you in. That was on a Tuesday afternoon. I think we're in this line back here. Come on, let it be a monster. This is definitely gonna be a fish bigger than 32 inches, so at that point I just want it to be as big as possible. Let's see what this James River is all about, baby. That's a hog. That is a real nice fish. Oh, baby. He's gonna go right back down to the bottom. I don't have my graph on me like I said earlier, but I imagine I'm in about 18 to 20 feet of water. Potentially a little shallower. Behind me is a mud flat. Over that way is I don't know, I guess a trough more or less. So he's kind of pulling me out towards the shallows a little bit. And there goes another rod. Okay, we're gonna leave him here for a second. Let's pick up on this one. It feels like another good fish. Love a good double. We'll let him tire himself out. This one's probably not going to be as big, or at least it doesn't feel like it so far. And I may be wrong. He's already on bottom. I think I'm just pulling him towards me. So I'm not necessarily feeling the weight of this fish yet. It's no slouch, that's for sure. Yeah, buddy. Love it. He was hooked pretty well, so I'm comfortable leaving him out there like that. That's another really good fish. It's gonna be 2 citations doubled up right here. Nice, man. We'll leave him right there as well. I'll probably move him around like this. That one rod can still be dragging. Let him tire himself out. I'm gonna get a glove, learn from my mistake before. I think I've got one in here. All right, so it's about time for this guy to come in the boat. I usually like left-hand gloves. I've only got a right hand, but it's better than tearing this thing up any more than it has to be. I don't know if you can see that, but holy cow, he did a number on me. All right, let's get fish number 1 in the boat here. They must have been hanging out together. This one went down, and then as we were drifting by, that suspender or that dragging rod that was quite a ways back went over that same spot, and boom. Ready for fish number 1. That's a hog. Here comes fish number 2. We'll get him in the boat together. It is getting warm out here, so I gotta do this kind of quick. He is not hooked so well, so we need to be careful. I might lose this fish. Maybe not. 2 hogs, baby. That is awesome. All right, let's check these 2 fish out. It's important when you lift these big fish up, you see a lot of people grab them by the jaw and lift them. I always try and support the belly as well. If you lift them just by the jaw, you can disable their jaw and then they'll just die within a couple days. This one is 39 inches. This was the small one of the pair. So he's gonna get out of here. Here comes the big one. There's a good double. These are both trophy class fish here in Virginia. They've got to be 38 inches or 30 pounds. Again, cradle that belly, lift it up. This is the big one. All right, that was a 40 and a half incher, I believe, 40 and a quarter, somewhere right around there. It's time for him to go home too. Right back out of here. That's awesome. Fist bump, baby. That is awesome. The only thing better than one goober is a... This rod just went slack. I think it's about to go down. I think he's at least got it. I'll try and reel down on him. Yeah, there we go. Got him. I don't know. It's either a really small fish or he just popped off. No, he's still on there. Okay. Look at that little baby. We need your big brother. Save your mama for another day, but we need that big brother. Let go. If you open up, we'll get the hook out. All right, good little fish. He's out of here. Next piece of bait. I'll tell you, one of the keys to our trip today is super fresh bait. I'm only keeping 1 to 2 gizzard shad at a time. And once I run out, I pull over, toss the gill net out, grab 1 or 2 more. It's barely even in my cooler. And we're just covering some water. I've covered about 3 miles of the river today, almost exclusively on river channels.